Nomadic Fanatic, he highlights the danger of RVers. That's right. The RVers are out there on the road, and some of them are pretty dangerous. But before we get into that, let's talk about my buddy Line Screw 1. Line Screw is out and about. He is abroad, running around all over the place, and he's putting out the videos. So go over and check out Line Screw 1. I will leave a link below to his channel. But yeah, go over and follow his journeys as he runs around and looks for a place to live and sees the world. Because the kind of guy he is. I enjoy him. I think he's fun. He's very knowledgeable, and yeah, he doesn't pull any punches. Kind of like me. He tells you the way he sees it. All right, now let's talk about Tater some more. I guess the first thing I want to talk about is, did you see the new opening scene, his new little opening logo with Diana and all the kitties? That's right, him, Diana, and 5 kitties, all in the little thing that he gave to his guy, his guy at Fiverr, who does all his little openings for him. Yeah, it's easy. We know how you do it, but come on, the beard color and you guys need to chunk up a little bit in that little cartoon thing, because it's not a very good adaptation, I would say. Yeah, you guys look a little too slim in that little thing there. But hey, I think it's funny, but wonder how long that's going to last, because, you know, usually when he does something like that, he'll get a new smart car that he has to add to the picture, or he'll get a new motorcycle that he'll have to add, and then he'll get rid of that, and he'll have to get a new thing to put on the back to hold the new motorcycle when he gets, yeah, you know how he buys shit. He buys all kinds of garbage. And, well, we won't talk about either one of those people's track records with the opposite sex now, will we? Now on to what I really want to talk about, and that is, Tater just put a big highlight, a big target, a big bullseye, and said, look at this, look at this, look at this. Now, this is something I've said before about how you can just be Johnny homeowner, whatever. You could go to an RV dealer and go in and go, I want that one. Give them money, sign the paper, and you can just jump in a big old Class A and drive off. Well, now Tater just showed you this thing about the school buses. So just think about it. We have this big 40-foot something that someone had to go to school and had to take classes and learn how to drive this thing, how to apply for a CDL, has to pay for their license, all this other stuff, because this thing is, again, 40 feet long. It has air brakes. It's not just, you know, put it and drive and go. It's something that, you know, requires something more than going to the DMV and doing your serpentine and parallel parking. Now, all of a sudden, if you add a bed, a kitchen, a big tank of sloshing water, and another tank full of biohazard, now any swinging dick can just jump in there and go, I want to drive this. Here's the keys. As long as you got the money, have at it. Now these people, who the biggest thing they ever drove was, I don't know, maybe a mid-size SUV, now they're driving around in a school bus, a 40-foot long school bus, or a Class A. Or even, I mean, come on. Somebody could literally go into one of these places, Camping World, for instance, or whatever, with their little half-ton pickup truck, go, I want that fifth wheel. Back underneath that thing, there you go. You sign the papers, it's yours, and drive that thing. They don't have to know how to back up a trailer. They don't have to know how to swing wide around corners. No, they just set these people loose on the highways and the byways and say, have fun. Have fun. That's right, good old Tater. You got your little Geo tracker that you got rid of. You had a smart car. Oh, yeah. Now, here, just jump in this 40-foot long school bus, and and let the guy show, look, you just push the drive button and then go back into neutral and then go to reverse and then go to neutral. Just don't go drive reverse. And oh, really? Where's park? Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, just pull up, step on the brake, put it in neutral, pop the fucking air brakes, and hope you remember that. But if you don't, sucks to be everybody on the highway. But there you go. There you go. You signed the papers. Here's the keys. Have a good day. I'd really like to know what truckers think, or people that are actual drivers that had to go through these courses and had to go pay to get their CDL and all this other thing. I'd like to know. Leave me a comment if you're a driver or know so. What do you think? That Johnny off the street and just go in and go, yeah, I want to drive that thing. I want to buy it and just go out and drive. What is your opinion? Do you think these RVers should be allowed to do that shit? And no, not all RVers are, non-drivers, is what I'll say. A lot, there's some that have been, truck drivers or bus drivers or whatever. They were professionals before, and now they're retired or whatever. And yeah, they can go out there and they can wheel and deal. They can wheel these big old Class A's, or they can drag a fifth wheel around and back it in a hole and do whatever. But there's a lot of people, like I said, man, you can just walk in and go, yeah, I want that one. Just because it has a kitchen. Yeah, it's a rolling bomb because it's full of propane. And again, it has a big sloshing tank of biohazard. And Johnny down the street can get a wild hair in his head and go, I want to buy an RV. I just hit the lottery, or whatever. I just retired and I got this big old wad of money just burning a hole in my pocket. I want that one. As long as you sign on the dotted line, here's the keys. You don't have to take a test. You don't have to get a special endorsement. You don't have to do nothing. They just set you loose. Go on out. Have fun. Have a blast. I don't care what anybody says. I don't think it's very safe, and I don't think it's very smart. And I know, the government in my life enough, and they don't need it. Well, I'm sorry. I know you don't care, but you probably live in one of them states where you don't get state inspection either, and you don't care. You drive some raggedy ass car that's about to fall apart any minute now, got big sharp metal jaggedy edges that can cut people to just walking by in a parking lot. Yeah, you don't care if you're doing 70 miles an hour and your car takes a dump and smashes into 10 other people. You don't care. And I guess you don't care if you're out there driving around with some guy in this giant school bus or a big old Class A for his very first time driving anything bigger than a Volkswagen. Yeah, I guess you don't care, but some of us do. But at any rate, that's the deal. That's the deal. All you got to do is go get a bus, take the seats out, put a bed in it, and a shitter, and there you go. You don't have to get a CDL anymore. You can just drive it around. And that's exactly what Tater did. And let's talk about it. Many people said it's going to cost a lot. And Tater really doesn't know what he's getting into. Well, we all know that. We all know that. And the cost of repairs alone, I'm not even talking about the build. The cost of repairs alone. I mean, sure, it's a big diesel. It only has 100 and some thousand miles on it. It's probably got another 300,000 miles easy on it. But the thing is, you got this and that. You got bushings. You got bearings. You got all kinds of things that wear. And you ain't just going to pull it up to the local garage and go, hey, work on my 40-foot long school bus. Yeah, they're going to go, no. So once you start getting into shops that can handle it, with knowledgeable, experienced mechanics that can handle it, you're going to be paying out the ass, let alone just getting a part. And trust me, talk to some schoolies. Yeah, you think you're going to go to some junkyard and go pick through the parts to get parts? Yeah, that shit ain't happening. Them places have been picked clean a long time ago, because during the supply chain issues, yeah, that's what everybody was doing, because there was no parts. You couldn't order parts. It took forever to get there, so everybody was scrounging. A lot of people were making their own parts, because these buses, they don't make them anymore. So they don't make the parts anymore either. But hey, it's Tater. He's going to do what he's going to do because that's what Tater does. He does whatever the hell he wants to because...
You see that little check mark?
That's right. He's better than all of us. He's better than all of us. But hey, again, he'll find out once he needs to get some work done on it. And then if he does get it built and he's the one that's banging 2x4s together and making whatever out of it. Yeah, when he goes out there camping and he's bouncing down through places, yeah, you think it's hard to get your little Bigfoot in some spots? Wait till you try to wheel and deal a 40-foot school bus where you're going to park it. And if you're going to go to some of these places you've been going, yeah, Harvest Host and other RV parks where you're going, we ain't got room for your big ass. Go on now, get. Oh, yeah. And I had some of the Tater people coming over. Oh, you're just jealous. What am I jealous of? What am I jealous? I'm jealous of a homeless dwarf? No, I think not. Somebody else said, spreading fake news. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I will correct it. Tater did not buy a bus. Tater did not make a video showing that he bought a bus. Tater did not pay extra to get the bus seats ripped out and turned into an RV so he can drive it off the lot without a CDL. Tater did none of those things. I was just spreading fake news. You fucking morons. Oh, man. And good old Tater, I'm 5'6". Yeah, you're 5'6". I'll tell you what there, Tater Tot. If you're 5'6", I'm 45 years old.
From Alaska's state capital here in Juneau, from onboard Holland America's New Amsterdam, this is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.
Oh.